Earth is nearly unlivable in a future of climate disaster and nuclear war. All trees and plant life have died, causing the planet's oxygen supply to disappear. Humanity now survives by purchasing artificial oxygen just to breathe, while countless people die every day from lack of air. One surviving city in Australia is controlled by Chronocorp, the company that created synthetic oxygen. However, the artificial air has caused a deadly disease known as the sickness, pushing humanity even closer to extinction. We see Ethan White is a young mechanic who works for Chronocorp with his best friend Jude in this dying world. The company is desperately looking for a cure to the disease and a solution to save what remains of humanity. Ethan's wife, Jeanette, has already been infected with the disease, which causes Ethan to work nonstop to afford the expensive, high-quality oxygen she needs to survive. One day, Ethan and Jude are summoned to meet Chronocorp's Chief Technology Officer, Regina Jackson. She reveals that humanity is running out of time and tells Ethan he is the only person capable of saving mankind. Regina brings Ethan and Jude into a hidden laboratory where they meet scientist Billy Michelle and see an enormous machine called the Chronicle. Regina explains that it is a time machine originally developed by Ethan's father, Dr. Richard White, 20 years earlier. During the Chronicle's first experiment, radio signals were sent through time. The signals reached the year 2474, where Earth once again had forests and breathable oxygen. But the signals later returned carrying a hidden message: send Ethan White. Believing Ethan may discover the key to saving humanity, Regina asks him to travel into the future. Ethan refuses at first. He cannot abandon his sick wife, and he deeply resents his father for disappearing when he was a child. 20 years earlier, Richard vanished without explanation, and shortly afterward, Ethan's mother was murdered. Since then, Jude raised Ethan like a brother. Jude encourages Ethan to accept the mission, reminding him that it may lead to a cure for Jeanette. Ethan then remembers receiving a strange device from his father on his 8th birthday. The device permanently attached itself to his arm, though Ethan never understood its purpose. After thinking all night, Ethan finally agrees to go. Before leaving, he places a metal flower beside Jeanette with the message, "I will find the path and I will return to you." He then heads to Chronocorp's laboratory. Ethan agrees to the mission on one condition. If he finds a cure, Jeanette must be the first to receive it. Regina accepts immediately. Dr. Michelle introduces Ethan to a special suit and explains that nobody knows what awaits him in the future. The only assistance Ethan will have is an advanced AI called Archie, which will guide him and monitor his health. The Chronicle activates, launching Ethan violently through time. He crashes into a massive forest in the year 2474. His burning suit forces him to remove it immediately. Ethan is overwhelmed. For the first time in years, he sees enormous trees, thriving vegetation, and natural oxygen everywhere. Earth is alive again. Following Archie's guidance, Ethan reaches a bunker. Outside, it lies a human skeleton with a gunshot wound. When Ethan sees the name tag, he freezes. The skeleton belongs to him. Beside the body is another Archie device containing a final recording. Ethan hears his own voice asking, "Am I going to die here?" Another voice replies, "This is the only way," followed by a gunshot. The skeleton also wears the same arm device Ethan has, except its light glows green instead of red. That night, Ethan eats fruit from the forest but becomes violently ill and collapses. Suddenly, Jude arrives and saves him. Jude explains that the lab detected Ethan had been poisoned and sent him into the future to help. Later, Ethan and Jude discover another entrance into the bunker. A scanner recognizes Ethan's eyes and grants him access. Inside, a monitor welcomes him by name. When Ethan presses enter, the device in his arm activates, verifies his DNA, and changes from red to green. Power returns throughout the bunker, revealing that they are standing inside Chronocorp's laboratory 407 years in the future. The Chronicle time machine is there as well. Jude is excited because the machine means they can return home, but Ethan feels uneasy. Seeing his own skeleton convinces him he may still be destined to die there. Searching the system logs, Ethan discovers a holographic recording from his father. Richard explains that after receiving the message, "Send Ethan White," he prepared Ethan for the mission by implanting the DNA device into his arm as a child. Soon after, Ethan and Jude learn the Chronicle no longer has enough power to send them home. Worse, activating the old laboratory triggered a malfunction in the nuclear reactor. Archie warns them that the reactor will explode within 4 hours. To restore power, Ethan and Jude travel into a tunnel connected to the ruined city. There, they discover Earth has completely reclaimed civilization. Massive forests cover the city ruins, and human skeletons are scattered everywhere. Humanity disappeared, but the planet healed without them. Ethan eventually reaches his old home and finds the skeleton of his wife. The discovery destroys him emotionally. Jude urges him to return to the past, reminding him that no cure was ever found. During their conversation, Ethan suddenly realizes the voice in the recording beside his skeleton sounded like Jude. Ethan asks Archie to replay it and becomes convinced Jude was the one who killed him. Jude denies it, saying he could never shoot Ethan. Despite the growing tension, they continue their mission and successfully restore the power system. Back at the laboratory, Archie announces that the portal to the year 2067 will open in 37 minutes. While waiting, Ethan notices his skeleton still lying outside unchanged. Determined to uncover the truth, he inserts a battery into the older Archie device and unlocks another hidden recording. This time, the footage clearly shows Jude aiming a gun at Ethan during an argument. Jude says, "There's no chance of changing the future. That's why I came here to save you." Ethan immediately locks Jude inside a room. Then Ethan discovers another recording from Richard. Standing beside Regina, Richard reveals the horrifying truth. Richard wanted to use the Chronicle to save humanity. Regina, however, planned to use it to transport only a selected group of survivors into the future while abandoning everyone else. To stop her, Richard locked the Chronicle so only Ethan's DNA could activate it. When Regina discovered this, she murdered Richard. Even worse, she ordered Jude to kill Ethan's mother and raise Ethan so he could eventually unlock the machine for them. The revelation shatters Ethan completely. Jude, the man he trusted like a brother, had been part of the conspiracy all along. Ethan also realizes his father never abandoned him. Richard died trying to protect humanity. Determined to stop Regina, Ethan decides to destroy the Chronicle. Before he can, Jude appears holding a gun. Jude confesses Regina sent him into the future with orders to kill Ethan after the machine was activated. But over the years, Jude truly came to love Ethan as family. Filled with guilt, Jude apologizes, turns the gun on himself, and commits suicide. Now, understanding everything, Ethan studies the original transmission from the future. Watching carefully, he makes a shocking discovery. The message saying, "Send Ethan White," was not sent by a stranger. It was sent by Ethan himself. Realizing this, Ethan sends the exact same message back through time, along with vital information and samples of extinct plants and trees. Meanwhile, in 2067, Regina waits inside Chronocorp's laboratory with her selected survivors, expecting the portal to open. Instead, the Chronicle begins receiving hundreds of plant species from the future, along with a video exposing Regina for Richard's murder. Her entire plan collapses. The Chronicle is destroyed, preventing anyone from escaping into the future. Regina is arrested, while the plants Ethan sent are used to restore Earth's ecosystem. Ethan also sends a flower back for Jeanette. Later, in the year 2474, Ethan buries Jude and finally forgives him. As he stands there, a butterfly leads him toward the bunker entrance. When Ethan arrives, he realizes something impossible. His skeleton is gone. Looking across the city, Ethan sees that the ruined future has transformed into a thriving, eco-friendly civilization full of life. At that moment, Ethan understands that his actions changed humanity's fate forever. Finally, at peace, he looks out over the restored world as the story ends. Here is the end of the movie story. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of our new summaries. Till next movie recap.